Did you know that it was once a custom in the north of England to eat a porridge called Frumenty during the festive season? Once a traditional pastime for the Christmas season, particularly on Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve, Frumenty has long gone out of fashion. If you've clicked this video, hi, my name is Catherine and this is my channel Northeast Nostalgic. I'm trying to post as many videos about the forgotten and interesting history of the festive period, particularly in the north of England where I'm from. So if this sounds up your street, please consider subscribing to my channel to see what I post next. Frumenty was the origin of the Christmas cake and pudding, with liquid spice being able to be consumed by mouth by a spoon. This dish is made from hulled wheat, however in the Boburn and Coxhode district it was made up of barley and was called fluffin. It was a tradition to sit around the hearth on which cracks and glows the Yule log, supping on the Frumenty, passing it around the whole family. This is a poem of sorts published in the Tatler in December 1956. Frumenty, Frumenty is hot and made from wheat. You serve this northern porridge the new year to greet. Frumenty, Frumenty is served at midnight tide, when fire is on the hearthstone and frost outside. Frumenty, Frumenty, it quickens hearts and eyes. You eat it laced and steaming as the old year dies. The process of making Frumenty is long, taking 12 hours to simmer kibbled or hulled wheat in simmered water in an oven until it's all liquid and is so soft it resembles velvet when you taste it. Then you add a little milk, sugar, currants and spice to taste, before pouring into little bowls with a mere blob of butter, and then you're ready to consume one of the finest concoctions Merry England ever gave to the world. According to the Stockton-on-Tees Northern Weekly Gazette from September 1920, the recipe for Frumenty is: simmer a pint of English wheat in half as much water till the grains are swollen and burst, usually about half an hour. For each cup of swelled wheat, add half a pint of new milk and half a teaspoonful of salt. Boiled up, thicken slightly with a little flour mixed smooth first in cold milk. Simmer again for 15 minutes, flavour with cinnamon and serve hot. Frumenty has many variations, probably differing depending on the region and what was available, with this being the recipe for a Yorkshire Frumenty. Yorkshire Frumenty. It is easily made by boiling a pint of wheat in milk till tender and adding gradual 2 pints of milk until it forms a sort of jelly. Put in 2 ounces of currants, beat the yolks of 2 eggs and a little nutmeg with 2 tablespoonfuls of milk and stir this into a mixture. Sweeten to taste and then pour it into a deep dish. A glass of brandy may be added if desired. Frumenty is ladled into cups and served round to the guests. So what is the history of this northern porridgey dish? Frumenty is thought to go back to medieval times and was popular on meatless days, especially for Lent or Advent, which is why it is known as being a festive meal. In the Middle Ages, Frumenty was a staple served with lamb and veal and was made with mainly water and a bit of milk or almond milk and boiled until it formed a gel. In the medieval period, Frumenty was made without sugar. The almond milk was used during Lent and other fasting periods when you shouldn't eat dairy, so if you wanted to try this yourself, it could make it vegan. In the 18th century, the dish began to be made wholly with milk or sometimes cream. By the 19th century, Frumenty was quickly associated with Christmas Eve. with this wonderful description of a festive feast. Christmas Eve is celebrated in almost every family by a supper of frumenty, made of steeped wheat boiled with milk, apple pie, cheese and Yule cake. It is accounted very unlucky to cut into the cheese before supper. At the commencement of supper, a large fire is made, on which is placed the Yule log, and a Yule candle, which is not to be snuffed, is lighted and placed on the table. A piece of the log is preserved until the following Christmas by each prudent housewife to secure the house from fire for the following year. As well as being a tasty festive drink, Frumenty is thought to have had magical properties to cure a nagging wife or a grumpy husband. I hope you liked this festive snippet of history. Please like and subscribe if you'd like to see more from me, and I'll see you soon.